Hey everybody, and welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of me is the Bestech Fractal. Now this is courtesy of the Pass Around, Apex Pass Around group, and I'm glad to have a chance to take a look at this, and let's go over it and see what you guys think. I am actually really happy with it. This is a great knife. It's a fun knife. It's a great knife. It definitely has character to it. The look of it, the handle is absolutely beautiful. So you have a gorgeous titanium handle, which they actually call a spectrum finish on there. You can see that. Just gorgeous. It is carbon fiber inlay on a titanium handle. You've got this milled clip on here, and titanium, and also a titanium backspacer. Like I've always said, the ergonomics of a handle are really important to me, and I really do like the ergonomics of this one. You do have the jimping on the blade, so it does give you the opportunity to go ahead and really choke up on this one. I do love that. I've always loved that. It is a frame lock flipper, or if you would like, you have this great feature here where you can actually spidey flick it. It has a S35 VN blade. Now, it's Warncliffe style, and what they say, it's compound grind. They're saying that at the tip, and I don't completely see it, but at the tip it is a hollow grind. And then towards the handle, the grind is more of a flat grind, and the reason being is they wanted to have a thicker grind back here for those harder cuts that you want to make, which makes sense. I think that, that is a good thing, and it does give the blade a really nice look to it. It's a pretty decently, this is a really hefty knife. Let's go over the specs here. All right, so our blade length on this one is 3.5 inches. Yep, 3.5 inches. And your handle itself is about almost 5 inches. So you're 4.875, and your overall length is 8.5 inches. So it is on a larger size. However, to me, it just does not feel large in hand, which I really do enjoy. Your weight on this one is actually 4.32 ounces, so it does have a really good weight to it. You know it's in your hand. You know you're using it. Like I said, you can really choke up on this, and if you can see, I'm used to maybe a little bit smaller knife, so I do have quite a bit sticking out the back, but it does not bother me with hand placement. Hand placement is still really good if you want to choke up, if you want to be back further on it. There's plenty of room for me, plenty of room for larger hands, in my opinion. Now, it is a right hand tip up carry only, so unfortunately, for those of you that are left-handed, it is not ambidextrous, which I know is kind of a bummer because the left-handers out there actually kind of get shortchanged as much as us women with our crazy, crappy pockets. But anyways, this is definitely, I would do this, I would tend to use this more as a hard use knife. Now, because it is a pass-around group, the only thing I have done is cut some cardboard with it. I don't want to do anything crazy with it because it does go back. But as far as the feel in hand, as far as workability with it, ruggedness, this knife to me is something that's really going to hold up. Really feels great. Like I said, you do have some heft to it. It's smooth, absolutely smooth. You have some heft to it, so you're really, you know that you've got it in hand. You know you're going to use it. You know it's going to be, in my opinion, a really good workhorse. Your pocket clip, going back to that for as far as carry, I do not have. This is all I have right here. Let's go ahead and see how. It's definitely not a deep pocket, so you are looking about just about a 1/2 inch sticking out of your pocket there. So that's actually not bad. Anything more than that tends to be a little bit too much for me, or it would have to be a back pocket carry, because I don't want something that I'm going to have to carry in my back pocket to stick out too far, or it can be something that you could put on your waistband, so it would be a good waistband carry also. like I said, the animal work on this is just gorgeous. And I don't know if that's even doing it justice. If you guys can see this, it is absolutely gorgeous. And I think the carbon fiber on it just kind of gives it a really neat touch to it. I do think it would be interesting just to have it be completely anoded with no carbon fiber. That would be a really great look for it too. I love how the blues turn out, the purples turn out. You know, you get some of that goldish yellow color in there. It is just an overall really interesting looking knife. But I think it's one that most of you would really enjoy. Let's look at the width here. Whoops. Whoops. Let's turn out. Okay, so your width, you're looking at 1.5 inches. So, you know, from your widest point. So it is going to be a little bit of a larger size, I would call it personally. I said it before, this also has jimping on your flipper tab, but I think what I like about it is just how I believe it's going to fit in hand for smaller hands, larger hands, even medium-sized hands. I just believe it's a really good overall size. Like I said, the ergonomics, I really do like the way the handle feels. Now, you know, I was talking with a couple people this weekend, and we were talking about you're not always going to be holding your knife the same way. So you're not always going to be holding it like this. You know, you may be holding it like this if you're doing, you know, different kind, depending on what you're cutting open. You may just be cutting open a box, so you're just going to kind of slide it like that. It's not a cumbersome knife, which is a good thing for me. I don't like anything that's too big. Some of the knives out there, and you all have seen some of my husband's knives. I mean, those are big, and that's just too much for me. This one, being that it's not, like I said, overbearing, this is a really good size, and it feels good. Cutting feels good with it. It doesn't feel like it's too much. I would really trust this to do some harder use over the cardboard that I was using it on. This would be great in the kitchen. You guys want to use it in the kitchen? Absolutely. Okay, so this has been the Bestech Fractal. It is $216. If you can get your hands on one, absolutely get it in hand. Give it a try and see what you feel for. You know, I'm a really firm believer in, if you're going to buy a knife, I think it's great that you watch the reviews and you can get an idea of watching all the different YouTubers out there with different hand sizes, how it's going to feel to you, maybe based on their hand size. But if you ever do have a chance, I think it's absolutely wonderful. Get one in hand, because there's been a few knives that I've looked at and said, you know, oh God, absolutely not. I don't want that. But as soon as I get it in hand, it's a whole different story. It just feels, you know, so different in hand just from looking at the pictures. And by the way, these are, this knife just drops shut. I mean, that is so smooth. It's a really fun, ooh, look at that. It is a really fun knife. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here all the time. Feel free to check out one of the other videos over here. And I will leave the description, a link of where you can get this down in the description section. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, go ahead and leave in the comments section. I love talking to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.